best fit to, in order to have this not killing our societies and killing the efforts that we have in putting up our best efforts in growing our country and growing ourselves. Thank you so much.
Right. I think you cut out a little bit during some of that, but I think the most of what I understood is, what can we do to start advancing society away from taxation? Is that about right?
Yeah. As young people,
So,
we say, as young people, what are the strategies?
right. So the first thing is definitely education. It's becoming aware that we are not government property. You are not government property. Ultimately, you are an individual. You get to make your decisions for yourself, and understanding that when the government comes to you and says you have to do this, they're using force. They're threatening you. They're not asking nicely, please, will you do this? Just ask yourself, whenever the government asks you to do something, ask, or else what? What are they going to do if you don't do it? And if the answer is that they're going to throw you in jail, or they're going to put a gun at you, then you have to understand that what they're doing is wrong. And once you come to this realization, anytime the government wants to do something, or anytime a problem presents itself in society, you'll be able to start looking for solutions. And once you understand that it's wrong to force people in that way, to say, well, if you don't want to go along with this solution, we're going to throw you in jail. Once you understand that, you'll be able to come up with better solutions. So I don't know what that may be. I can give you a few examples. Here is I've been bringing in medication from Mexico to the United States because the government has rules in place that make it extremely expensive in the United States. I'm able to go to Mexico, get it for a lot less, and bring it in. I'm breaking a few laws to do it, but it's a risk that I do, because this is government approved medication that they're basically saying you're going to pay a lot more for it. And so finding these things, the risk isn't really that high. The government's not likely to come after me, because it's not like I'm bringing in drugs that they, say are going to be bad for people. These are drugs that the government already says is good for people, and they need it to save their lives. So you can look for little things like this to do if you want to take those risks. If you don't want to take those risks, there are other things you can do, like starting businesses that provide alternative services from government services. Creating ideas. I mean, Bitcoin is one that's turned into a whole thing of cryptocurrencies and blockchains. Somebody came up with an idea. Let's reinvent money. How do you take care of your community? Is there something in your community that the government is responsible for and they're not taking responsibility for it? Find a way to repair it, and go around through your community and say, hey, we want to repair this. Will you donate money to it? And figure out ways to make that happen. There's really so many different things that you can do. You really just need to kind of look at your environment and figure out, you have to be a problem solver, figure out which problems you can solve and how you can solve them without having to steal from people or creating a government program to force people to pay for it.
Thank you, Behrman. Now our time is already done. Sorry for those who are still raising up, but let me take just two questions, and Behrman will forgive me for the wrong time management, but let's just take two questions because these questions cannot end. I'll take a question from John Mugabe, John Socrates. What is a good or efficient taxation according to you? Now, the second question, Kerea, be brief and ask your question. Dan, I hope you're noting that. What is a good or efficient taxation according to you? Not that. Then let's take Kerea at once and you answer them at once. Yes, Kerea, unmute and ask your question. Okay, if she's not there, just answer that and we end the meeting.
Sure. So the most efficient taxation is no taxation. The whole point of taxation is that it's coercive and it's inefficient because of that. If somebody's giving you money, what?
Thank you so much, John.
Okay, your network. We cannot hear you. Can you type? Can you try to?
Yeah, it sounds like a slow connection. Yeah, that's really kind of the whole thing, and this is government's whole attitude. sometimes you get some politician who comes in and says, he's really energetic and says, we're going to solve this problem. We're going to make it happen. And he creates a government program. Then he hires people and, you know, okay, my job's done. I created the program. There's no incentive for people. There's no profit motive. There's no, you know, people getting fired because they're not being nice to the customers. Usually you see really bad customer service from the government because they can treat you like crap and there's absolutely no consequences for it. But when people are in this to benefit themselves mutually, so they're benefiting you by providing you a service and you're benefiting them by providing them with some sort of profit, that's where everybody wants to do business. They want to create more, they want to advance society. And that really is, you know, free markets really are the most efficient way to make that happen.
Thank you so much, Behrman, and thank you for really accepting to join us tonight. It's a pleasure, and from the Libertarian team from Uganda and very many people here have listened to your ideas, and I really like the fact that you have joined us. Thank you for honoring our invitation, and we hope to keep on engaging you in our further episodes. We are happy to have future deal on the African Justice Media Liberteach Africa Series, a program that is actually measured on the principles of freedom, liberty, human rights, using the media tools to advocate for freedom, liberty, human rights, and make people understand these ideas. So thank you so much. Maybe to conclude with, I would give you an opportunity to conclude with, what is your conclusion as we end this discussion?
We are not government property. Just remember that.
Thank you. So guys, I was with Dan Behrman and I'm George Justice Kanyehamba. I was your host and we had Daniel as our guest. So you can wave to Behrman and we leave. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks for putting this together.